Bass is one of those instruments where you really have to find a lane and a spot for it in the mix. It's going to compete and get along with the kick drum, and they both together can determine how a person reacts to the song. Some songs you want the bass low frequencies below the kick, and then you want the bass high frequencies above the kick. Now, in this particular song, I wanted it to sit with the kick. The kick has a little more point, and so I'm going to show you what I did. Here's the sound I got. Now, if you look real close, there's something that I've shown you before. It's a little unusual. I've got 3 L1 limiters in a row. The reason I have it like this is because I want this limiter to feed a little bit to this limiter and feed a little bit to this one. So let me show you what's going on here. It doesn't have to be drastic, but it gives you a really nice smooth sound. Now watch, keep your eyes right here, right here, and right here. Okay, now I'm also running it through an SVT, which I love. Whew. It's too dangerous to do that again. Okay, at this point in time, I needed to control some things. I've really fallen in love with this Cambridge EQ recently. Some of the options you have, see this little corner right here? That determines a lot of what the low end is going to be like, and you get these options here. I'm not trying to show you how to use a plugin, but this Eclipse 6 I use a lot. It's very radical. Before we go too much further, let me play you what we've done so far. Oh man, that sounds so good. This is something that I've just recently started using. You might have seen me use this. You get a lot of control. It's a great plugin. Now, this low ender is feeding this plugin here. Some of you might not know this, so this would be a good one to kind of master. It does what it says. It kind of helps you with low end on a lot of different things. It's straightforward. Now let me take it out. I'm feeding in parallel to it, so watch this. So that's it. Check it out. There's a lot of techniques that you can apply in other places. These 3 limiters in a row, I've done it on background vocals, I've done it on guitars. The trick is to not get each one to do too much. So if you take and limit with this first one, this is not going to have as much to do. So slightly raise the output of this one so that this one will have something to do. And then the same thing here, slightly raise so this one will have something to do. This one doesn't need anything to do, so we can see these are even. So that's the concept here. And I like doing it with the L1. There's something about the L1 that just has a texture that some of the newer plugins don't have. It's a good workhorse. And don't forget, this low ender plugin by Refuse is, when it works great. Now, like any plugin that's ever been made, and don't get upset if you made this plugin, it doesn't work on everything, but when it works, nothing can touch it. And I use it a lot. So, bass, 808s, the concepts here have a lot of uses. So spend a little time with this and you know, copy these screenshots. You can see the numbers here, and rock on.